All right, welcome back, everybody, to another live play-by-play reaction here on I'm Not a Coach. I am your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night football matchup between the New England Patriots, the one-and-one New England Patriots, against the one-and-one New York Jets. All right, let me know who you have. Who is your Wait, let me adjust this here. This thing is loud right now. My goodness. Please let me know who you have. Who is going to be? Who's going to win this game? What's the score? Let me know in the chat, please. All right. If I had to choose, I'm hoping it is not a boring game. With these two teams, one has a Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback, good, solid veteran, but for the most part, throughout his career, he has been a backup, a good backup, but a backup regardless. And then obviously you have the Jets offense, who they in week one looked pretty bad, really really bad against a very good 49ers defense, granted. And then last week, obviously they played the Titans. By the looks of the Titans, they are not going to be a good team this year. They might be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Obviously, that could change if they decide to change quarterbacks, but as of right now, Titans are not a great team. Obviously, the Jets beat them last week fairly convincingly, but it was still probably too close of a game. I guarantee you, Rodgers would have loved to be able to blow out a team as bad as the Tennessee Titans. So, so in this matchup, we have the Patriots week one, tough loss. They look like a team that is going to give you the best, their best at least every single week. I think the way Gerard Mayo has this team playing, especially early in the season, there could be so many excuses of why they are not great. But yet this team so far in these first 2 weeks have been competitive, and obviously they won last week. Sorry, not last week, but the week one. But again, they took this Seattle team last week to the brink. Obviously it took overtime and it took a fairly decently long field goal. I think it was around mid to upper 30s there. But regardless, it was a very close game, and I don't think they're going to lie down now. Even on the short week, I think this team is going to be competitive in this game. How good is their offense going to be? That's the question. I think their defense is fine. I think their defense has a lot of veterans, especially in that secondary, and even in the um, up front, their D line, really solid, good players, and I think they're going to give this Jets offensive line, who we've seen over the last 2 weeks, not be as impressive as Aaron Rodgers or even the Jets would have hoped. But obviously the Jets have been improved in terms of the offensive line. Obviously, last year they were one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL without question. This year, a little bit better, but still, they are definitely giving up some pressures, especially with Rodgers, who at this point has yet to show if he's 100% back from that Achilles. Granted, he's 40 years old. He was never going to be, the 27, 28-year old Aaron Rodgers that we saw during his like immediate ascension. Those days of running for 300, 400 yards. Those days are gone. But he's always been able, even in his last year with the Packers, he was always able to really move up in the pocket, and even scramble out of it to buy more time. The last 2 weeks, we have not seen that. Whether that's his injury is not fully healed yet, he's not confident enough, maybe on that ankle to do all that, or maybe he just doesn't feel like he needs to or should have to um, move as much. So I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see that kind of evolve throughout the season. But it's going to be very interesting what they do this in this game against the Patriots, who for the most part, I think their strongest outfit in their defense is going to be their secondary. They're young, but they also have a lot of wily veterans, and I think that's going to force Rodgers to probably hold on to the ball a little bit more when they do pass. I think they're going to rely heavily on the run game. I think you saw Braylon Allen really obviously he popped last week. Obviously, he didn't have massive, it wasn't a 100 or 150-yard game, but you saw him really impose himself in the running game and even added something in the passing game as well. You saw that when he was in Wisconsin, what also Wisconsin Badger, let's go. Heck yeah. And he now with Brees Hall and Braylon Allen, now you have potentially two backs that the New York Jets can rely on. They don't need Rodgers to throw potentially. They don't need him to throw 30, to almost 40 times a game to win, especially. So I think we're gonna see how much confidence did they gain in Breland Allen last week, especially on a short week when I guarantee you none of these guys have put any pads on. There may not even have been a full on walkthrough in the practice field. I guarantee you most of their reps were mental reps. They were watching film, especially Rogers. He was probably getting these guys ready to go. And it's gonna be very, very interesting how they start off this game. Do they attack the Patriots defense here with an unexpected passing game, or do they rely on their young and potentially two explosive running backs in this game? So I think those are the biggest points to look at when it comes to the Patriots offense. I think you're seeing them rely heavily on their running game as well. I think they know Jacoby Brissett is limited as a quarterback or as a passer at this point in his career. He was never an elite passer, but I think obviously I'm trying to see how old he is, but he's going to be in his mid 30s at this point, maybe early 30s. But again, they don't have the weapons that even the Jets have. The Jets have at least two legitimate proven wide receivers in the NFL, and the Patriots are a lot younger in their pass catchers, and I think that's why they're going to rely heavily on Stevenson and that and a lot of more motioning, a lot of moving back and forth. So opening kickoff is a touchback here. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30. Rodgers under center fakes the handoff, gets the ball to Wilson, who gains about 5 yards. So right away, we're starting out with a pass. Nice little play action fake there. Rodgers in a hurry up offense here. He's in the shotgun. Brees Hall to his left. He's got three receivers to his left as well. I believe one of them is a tight end. Patriots showing blitz. Rodgers moving out of the pocket. He looks solid. He's going to run and get the first down. Slides about a yard or two after the first down marker. All right, all right. I think the old man heard me from all the way back over here in Wisconsin. I guess that ayahuasca really can have some effects here because I think he heard me. So it'll be a first down at about the 41, and they are dropping back. Another pass. There we go. That was to Mike Williams for about a minimal, no, not minimal, but a medium gain, maybe about 5, maybe 6 yards. Yeah, it looks like Rogers. I don't want to say he made that ball more difficult than it had to be. I think he saw that the corner could have easily undercut that route, so he threw it way outside of Michael Williams' frame there. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 46. Quick pass to Alan Lazard. Stiff arm. Nice. And Alan Lazard with after a nice quick pass, nice gain, stiff arms his way all the way across the 50-yard line inside the 45 of New England. Yeah, that's one of those passes that you saw a lot in his last 2 years in Green Bay. Rodgers loves to get that ball out, get it to his receivers, especially when the defense is kind of in that softish zone coverage. Get the ball out, see what they can get. If it's 4 yards, we'll take the 4 yards. If it's more, like that one, great. Empty set, Rogers and shotgun. Patriots rush four. Rogers scrambling. All right, all right. He's directing traffic. Rogers is, and he throws it deep to Mike Williams in the end zone. It hits Williams in the hands. He drops it, but unfortunately, looks like there is going to be a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding on the Jets there. And that's one thing this Jets offensive line is going to have to get used to doing, especially when Rodgers wants to be mobile. They're going to have to kind of not necessarily trust why the defender is pulling away, but they have to understand that Rodgers, well, no, like how he's showing in these last couple plays here, he likes to scramble. He loves to move the pocket. He loves to buy time, and they need to be smart of when they, when they hold him and when they don't. So it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 48. Rogers in shotgun drops back, and he goes down, and that is number 91, Weiss Jr. for the Patriots with a big sack there. I'm just kind of looking at my sheet here at the roster here. Nice job. He just bull rushed the tackle there. Let me see here. Oh, nice little overlapping pass rush right there, and that forced the what was initially a double team on Weiss. It forced it into a one-on-one, and Tyron Smith was not able to hold up. And it's the first traditional rushing pass or play for the Jets. They hand it off to Brees Hall in the shotgun, and he gains about maybe 4 or 5 yards there. So it'll still be relatively long here on third down, but so it'll be third. Sorry, I was gonna say relatively long. I forgot they got a sack, so it's still very long. It's 3rd and 19. They're about a yard and a half shy of the 50. So Rodgers in the shotgun. I wish they would. There we go. 5 receiver set. Patriots showing 5 rushes. They only send 4. Quick pass to Brees Hall. Brees Hall breaks the tackle, gets away from his man, but will not be able to get the full 19. He gets to about the 43 of the Patriots there. So basically, kind of where they were before the penalty and then before the sack. So it'll be 4th and 10, and the Jets are sending out their punter there. And number 91, his full name is Dietrich Weiss Jr., number 91 for the Patriots. He's the one that had the sack and probably saved saved this drive from being at least a field goal attempt for the Jets. All right, it is 10:06. The punt actually just went into the end zone. It was the Jets had a chance to down it, but they could not locate it before it bounced into the end zone. So it'll be 10:06, and we'll see the Patriots take over on offense here. And I believe if it's a touchback, it is at the 20 still. But what do you guys think so far? Are you guys surprised how much Rodgers is moving? Granted, once again, it it's nowhere near where he was obviously a decade ago, but I think this is the first time I've really we've seen him actually scramble and then run. And he seemed like he was getting into basically his top speed there, which, you know, for a 40-year-old man is still pretty good. But yeah, he ran for that first down and got a little extra after that too. And then obviously ended up being a holding penalty, but he scrambled down and just launched it. basically about 55 yards down the field because that Mike Williams, when it hit his hands, he was basically 4, maybe 3 yards away from the back of the end zone, and I think they were throwing it Rodgers was throwing it from roughly the 46, 47, so a fairly deep throw, and basically still kinda on the run. He didn't fully set his feet. So, I think we're seeing Rodgers have a little bit more confidence in himself on that Achilles. But let me know what you guys think, what we're gonna see from the Patriots. Do you think they're going to kinda do what the Jets did here on that first drive? Do you think they're gonna air it out? Kinda keep the Jets defense on their toes? Because everybody, I think, was expecting a heavy uh, run game from both of these offenses, especially the way they've played in the first 2 games. Statue of Liberty here. All right. 1st and 10 at the 20. Jacoby under center, fullback and running back in the backfield here. And he has to get that ball out quick because he was about to just get sacked. I mean, he got a big hit. I think that might have been Quinnen Williams there. And the pass goes for no gain. I believe that was to the tight end. Yeah, this Jets defense is not gonna be just sitting back. They're gonna send people. They're gonna force Jacoby to get that ball out quickly. It'll be 2nd and 10. Once again, similar formation, except for the fullback being on the right side of the formation here. And they hand it to Stevenson, who gains about only a yard. Yeah, Quinnen Williams, man, I'm pretty sure he wasn't even blocked. I think there was a missed assignment on that one because the way Jacoby turned, he was turning basically into Quinnen Williams. Oh, the offensive coordinator for the Patriots is Alex Van Pelt, who spent time with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay. Jacoby in the shotgun, empty set, 3 receiver bunch to the left. Another heavy rush from the defense, and that forces Jacoby to throw the ball away. And it'll be a quick 3 and out for the New England Patriots. Ran 3 plays, got 1 yard. Let's see here. Oh they sent a nice little blitz there. Number 22 and number 56 came in. The guard and the center were blocking the 3 interior linemen, which one of them is Quentin Williams. You're definitely gonna wanna get maybe not a double team, but definitely gonna have one of those guards stay close by. And that opened up the gap between the right tackle and the right guard. And that was enough for number 56 to squeak through and basically come unabated to Jacoby. And number 56 is also the man that took down the tight end on the first offensive play for the Patriots. And then the return here looks like he didn't call a fair catch. And all right, he got a couple yards. I think he got close to about 5, 6 yards there. Right on the sideline. He got to get a little skinny. I think that was Xavier Gibson. I think he's been the returner since his rookie season the season ago. I think the last time, so this is the season opener or home season opener for the Jets. I think the last time we saw Xavier Gibson return a punt in the opener last year, it was in a it wasn't even overtime. They thought they were going to go into overtime. But yeah, man, that dude is so explosive, man. I'm a little surprised they haven't gotten him more involved so far this season in the offense. But maybe one thing we know about Rodgers, he does not like youth in the offense for the most part. He likes veteran receivers. He likes veteran running backs. He likes to make sure that his running backs are able to If he needs to change the protection, he wants a running back that is able and willing to stay and block and withhold any pass rush that comes through. So that might be a reason. Xavier is not a huge back, but I guarantee you, the way that guy plays and how hard he fought to get on the team last year. I'd be very surprised if throughout the season we didn't see him improve and eventually get more snaps. But I think right now there may not be as much confidence in him as a pass protector. I think that's what we're seeing here early on. Oh, and granted, I know Gibson is actually a more traditional wide receiver, but the way that they use him, at least the way they used him last year, they're using him kind of similar to the way the Packers used Jathan Breed. So they like to move him around when he is back there, and they're not afraid to give him some rushes. All right, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 27. Rogers under center, one receiver split out wide. It's a handoff to Brees Hall, breaks a tackle, and we'll get a first down. That is actually Braylon Allen. Yeah, Braylon Allen with just a nice little one cut up the middle and just planting his foot on the ground and going. Youngest player with 2 touchdowns in NFL history. Yeah, that was always the one thing with Braylon when he was in Wisconsin. I think he started really seeing snaps even as a freshman. He was 17 years old. The guy, you could see immediately how talented he was. He doesn't have a massive breakaway speed, but if he gets in the open field, he's going to be tough to bring down. He's surprisingly bigger back than he looks. And they hand it off to Braylon again, and he gets about 4 yards roughly. It'll be 2nd and 5. A lot of tight end sets right here. I think this was another fakes the toss to Braylon, gets it out to one of his tight ends, and it'll be a first down gain. Big, decent yardage right there. Yeah, once again, they were in a very similar formation that they were in the last time with a single split out receiver, but they faked the toss to Braylon, got the entire defense to move to the left side, and only left basically the secondary to bring down the tight end there after a big gain. And the ball is at the 46 of the Patriots already. It'll be 1st and 10. Shotgun gets the ball out quickly to Brees Hall, who is quickly taken down by number 48, who his name is Tavai. And there's going to be a personal foul on number 48, Tavai. He basically picked up Brees Hall, and it wasn't a vicious slam, but it was, he picked him up and slammed him down. And then the NFL is not going to have that there. So, he made a great play. He basically got Brees Hall behind the line. I think it was going to be a loss of about 2, maybe 3. But especially in the NFL right now, like once you stop his momentum, there's the whistle's going to blow pretty soon, and it'll be a loss. There's no need to pick up a guy and slam him to the ground. Once again, it wasn't a violent. He didn't like put him on his head or anything like that, and didn't even throw him that hard. Didn't even put any body weight on top of him after the slam. But the NFL is trying to get that stuff out of the game, and it is what it is. So it's going to be an unnecessary roughness. So it'll make it an automatic first down after what would have been a loss on the play. The ball is at the 31. Similar formation that they've been running all day. Three tight ends, and they give it to Brees Hall, who goes up the middle. Nice spin move, and will get a close to a first down, if not the first down. Yeah, it was a two tight end set here, one receiver on each side, and just a massive, massive gap between the center and the right guard. Just a great job of walling those guys off. Brees didn't really have to do much. All right, fakes the handoff to Brees Hall, gets the pass to Garrett Wilson, who nearly got both feet in bounds. If he would have been able to keep both feet, it would have been inside the 5. Wilson was matched up with, let me see here, it was like the another former first round pick, Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, one. No, he didn't get that. It's going to be an incomplete. All right, 2nd and 10. Empty set. Rogers in shotgun. Takes the snap. Gets the ball out quickly to number 82, Gibson. There we go. Gibson was running a nice little slant route and was able to get past the defender there, and it will be about an 11-yard gain. So first down. Oh, great job. So there's a tight end that was basically in the, but he only was to the basically to the right of the right tackle. He was running the post and forcing the linebackers to go a little bit deeper, which left a nice little underneath throw. And Rodgers throws it quickly to Lazard, who breaks a tackle, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown! The New York Jets, Alan Lazard, the Lizard King. The Lizard King looks back. He had a terrible, terrible season last year without Rodgers. This year, he looks like he is back, man. Yeah, great job. Just a nice little sidestep of the corner, cuts it inside. Almost. He bobbled the pass initially and was able to break the tackle and beat the safety to the end zone. All right. Extra point is good. With 4:21 left in the first quarter, it is the New England Patriots nothing, the New York Jets 7. Oh, look at that. It's like Rodgers and Lazard hugging it out like they were in Green Bay. It is still a little strange to see these guys because I saw them. What Lazard? How long did they spend in Green Bay? I think it was 5 years. It was either 4 or 5 years, and obviously Rodgers. That guy was there for better part of better part of 20 years. But yeah, it's very strange to see them in the Jets green. But yeah, that drive was it really started out with a lot of Braylon Allen to start the drive. And then they kinda obviously they switched over to Brees a little bit, but the running game really got them down the field. Obviously, that unnecessary roughness penalty really helped them out because I think once again that before that penalty, that would have gone for a drop. I think that was already 2nd and 10, so it would have been a fairly long 3rd down. But regardless, great job by the Jets. Great drive. Um, And I think you're starting to see what a lot of Jets fans were hoping for. You're seeing this running game getting going, dominating when they need to in many different ways. You know, they're physical, but both of these backs are they're big enough to lower their shoulder, but they like to be a little bit more finesse. Obviously, you're seeing Rodgers kind of run the offense how he likes it, quick passes, play action. He loves that. Being able to roll out and get out of the pocket if necessary. You're just seeing basically what he did his last 5 years, 4 years in Green Bay with Matt Lafleur and I'm forgetting the offensive coordinator at this point, but you're seeing that a lot more now. And if they can do this, once again, this is it's the Patriots. They're not what they were during the Belichick's high time. And so I'm just trying to see. They're showing that touchdown ball to Lazard and Rogers. They had it taped up with a label, and I think that's it's either a keepsake for Lazard or a keepsake for Rogers. I think that's both of their first touchdowns potentially. I'm not sure how many touchdowns Lazard had last year. I think he had maybe one or two, if that. But then for sure, that's Rogers' first touchdown, obviously as a New York Jet at home. So, but again, this Jets obviously they are. If this is what they can do throughout the season, if they can build off of this and be fairly consistent with what they did in that last drive, then yeah, the Super Bowl aspirations I think are not too far fetched. Still a long season to go. A lot of things can happen, but it's a good sign that Rodgers is moving and kind of executing the way what as a Packer fan I've seen this offense and how it's executed. It's very similar, so similar. It's almost the exact same, obviously, as when he was in Green Bay. And nice little toss there, and they give it to Douglas, number 3 there, and breaks the tackle, turns across the field, breaks another tackle, but is only able to get a yard after all of that work. Shotgun pass. Jacoby moving the pocket, gets the ball to number 1. Is that Polk? And Polk able to get a decent gain. It'll be third down, but it'll be third and short. Yes, that was number 1, Jalen Polk. It'll be third and 3. Jacoby in the shotgun. The ball is at the 37. They need to get to the 40 for a first down. Running back in motion, going for a nice little swing pass, and right up the middle. Gutsy throw. There was about 2 defenders that were right next to the tight end. That was Hunter Henry holding on to that ball. Yeah, there was a nice little bunch set, and Hunter just ran up the middle, settled in, and Jacoby just put it right on him there. Nice job. All right, that'll be a first down. The ball is at the 46. Gets the handoff to Stevens, who won't go down easy, still moving the pile, and will get about 3 yards on the play. There's a run right up to the left side there, just I think just outside just inside the tackle, between the guard and the tackle there. Clock is moving. It's going to be under 10 minutes by the time this ball is snapped. So we're almost done with the first quarter here. It'll be 2nd and 7. Single receiver, tight end in motion. Hunter in the backfield with the running back, fakes the handoff, passing it, and has a man, but cannot get it to him. That was Austin Hooper, the tight end, the former Atlanta Falcon. He was running across the field there. kind of heading towards the sideline. I think he started on the right side of the field and was moving left towards the sideline. If he hits him, that's probably a minimum of 20 yards. Not a great throw. Not a great throw by Brissett because, I mean, Austin, he beat his guy. There was nobody really in front of him. If he puts it on him, dude, that's a good gain. So it'll be 3rd and 7 at the 49. Shotgun, running back in the back, and the pressure will get to Brissett for a sack. Woo! Quentin Williams was the first guy there. He couldn't bring him down, but he forced Brissett to tuck the ball, and then it looks like Will McDonald was one of the guys that brought him down. There was a penalty on the Patriots for holding, but that's going to be declined. Obviously, take the sack and get the 4th down. So yeah, ooh. Actually, no, they all kind of converged together. So there's about 3 guys that kind of got the sack. Quinlan was the guy that first really touched him, but he slid right off, and the other 2 guys just were able to basically knock him down. So, all right, it'll be 4th and 16. The ball is at the 41, and it'll be a punt here, obviously. Punt is away. Gibson fair catches it at between the 9 and the 10 there. All right, with 119 left in the first quarter, we're going to see Rodgers and this Jet offense one more time before they take a break here. Yeah, so far this Jets defensive line is just kind of bullying the Patriots O line. Every time they pass, there's only been 1 or 2 times where Brissett has had time, and it was even that throw to Hunter up the middle. He still had to kind of get that ball out relatively quickly. And the only time I've seen him with a lot of time to throw was that throw to Austin that he missed right up the field. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 9. Single receiver, handoff to Brees Hall, who gets about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5, shotgun, and they pass it to Brees Hall. That ball is high, but he's able to snag it with one hand. Holy cow. Woo. That ball, man, that Rodgers did not throw that well. That ball was about a full 2 feet above Brees Hall's head right there, and he just kind of jumped up and snagged it with one hand. Otherwise, I don't know. I couldn't see where the corners were, but either that ball was going to fall incomplete, potentially be intercepted if the corner really is able to get there, or worse, if Brees Hall just kind of sticks that hand out and just. How many times have we seen a receiver or even a running back just try to one hand that ball and it just bounces off his hands and just goes into a defender's hands right there. Oh, despite that great play by Brees Hall, it's going to be a holding penalty on one of the tight end, basically the man that was kind of right in front of Brees Hall. So that'll wipe away a nice gain. That would have been a 3rd and 1. Now it's 2nd and 12 at the 8-yard line. Sorry, at the 7-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Brees, who gets to about the 13-yard line. It'll be a nice gain of 6, make it a more manageable 3rd and 6. And that is the end of the first quarter. The score is the New England Patriots at home 0, the New York Jets 7. And when the second quarter starts, it'll be third and 6, roughly. And we're going to see what they do. I'll be very interested in what kind of formation they come in. I think just the way that they've been running their offense, I don't think we're going to see so far, we've only seen a 5 receiver set. We haven't really seen a whole lot of symmetry between the way that the offense is lined up. They've been doing a lot of sorry, 3 and 2 tight end sets, which is what Rodgers loves. The way that they were able to use Mercedes Lewis for those like 5 seasons that he was in Green Bay. Obviously, you had Robert Tunyon there. Trying to think of what other tight ends that were kind of there. I mean, those were the two main guys. But you had was Ben? I think no Ben Simmons. He was a rookie when Rodgers was gone. But yeah, you saw a lot of 2 to 3 tight end sets in the last couple of years that Rodgers was there. Once again, he likes to have guys that are able to split out wide. Still keep them as passing options, but he also likes to have the versatility of being able to bring that tight end back into the offensive line, and kind of use them as an extension of the offensive line to block, or potentially even just block and then release. Lafleur's offense love to use that as well. You saw that. You've seen that with Tucker Kraft a lot this season so far. All right, guys, I will be right back. I should only be back. Should only be gone for a couple seconds. All right, we are back. Sorry, the pop filter on my mic fell off here. All right. It'll be third and 6 at about the 14-yard line. Rodgers in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That is Alan Lazard. Pressure. Rodgers has to move. Gets it to Lazard, who breaks a tackle down to the 30, 35. Stays on his feet all the way down to the 40-yard line. Woo! Lazard, man. My goodness. I remember last year, all Jets fans, almost every single Jet fan was like, get this guy out of here, man. We paid this guy $11 million a year, 4-year contract, $44 million. I think you're starting to see that pay off a little bit. He had a bad year, but I think a lot of that had to do, obviously, with Rodgers. Like, not many players outside of maybe Garrett Wilson were playing well last year, especially on that Jets offense. Looks like Jabril Peppers was injured on that last play for the Patriots. It'll be first and goal at the 40, fakes the handoff, gets the ball to Brees Hall, who turns up field, up the middle, breaks the tackle, and it'll be a nice 14-yard gain. First down, Jets. To be honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more from what I'm seeing for this Patriots defense. Yeah, Rodgers just threw it right to Brees Hall, who was maybe like 5 yards down the field in the center of the field, turned up, went across the field a little bit, and then just turned up field to get a big gain. So it'll be first and 10 At about the 46, they hand it off to Breland Allen, who gets past the offensive defensive line, break withholds a big hit right there, and gets another first down. That's about an 11 to 12 yard gain for the rookie out of Wisconsin. Let's see here. Great motion. Had a nice fullback. The center and the fullback just opening up that hole right there. And that ball almost came out there for a second. But man, just a great job of the rookie right there, getting the most out of it. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35. Similar to what they were doing the last run. This time they go outside the right tackle. And Allen is tripped up. Otherwise, if he stays on his feet, he might have been breaking that one. I couldn't obviously with the broadcast, you can only see so far down the field. There's only about two guys, maybe three guys that maybe could have gotten in. And he had blockers. So he got tripped up right there and gains about 7 yards, and it could have been a lot more. 12:26 on the clock. Clock is rolling. Brees Hall in the backfield with Rodgers in the shotgun. Allen in motion. Hands it off to Brees Hall, who immediately goes down. Number 66, Titman, I believe that's the center for the Jets, just got blown past, just destroyed, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. I don't know if it's the angle of the cameraman, but I'm always like it seems like I'm about a yard off on most of the. So apparently that was only a 2 yard loss, but it always seems like I'm off by a yard. So 3rd and 5, Rodgers in the shotgun, Brees Hall in the backfield, three receivers to his right, gets the ball to Garrett Wilson. Gritty throw, and that's against the Christian Gonzalez again. Those two are matching up, Garrett Wilson and Christian Gonzalez, man. It's going to be a fun matchup to see all night. And Garrett just ran a good slant route, was able to use his body to shield the ball away from Christian, and was able to get a decent yardage and the first down. So far, 8 plays, 70 yards on this drive. 1st and 10 at the 21. Rodgers under center. Brees Hall looks like in the backfield. Gives a toss to Brees Hall, who gets immediately tackled down to the 29. That is by number 33. I think that's Jennings. Is that Free Jennings? Let's see here. Oh my goodness, he just so it was he had it was the tight end that he was supposed to be blocked by, but I think the tight end did not get that information because he just let him go. Jennings just went in between the tight end and the right tackle, basically unblocked, loss of 7 yards. 2nd and 17, gets the ball to his tight end, who breaks a tackle and gets a massive first down. That was Conklin, it looked like. Holy cow there. Huge gain, at least 25 yards or more. Yeah, because they had the ball at about the 29. Conklin running up basically a inside slant route right there, or maybe an in, and then just ran past his defender there. That was number 48, the man who actually had the unnecessary roughness penalty on the Jets' touchdown drive. Ball is at the 6. That was a 23-yard gain for the Jets. Gets the handoff under center, and it's going to be Brees Hall who will get to about the 1 yard line. Good first play. And this, you can tell this Patriots defense is tired. You see a lot of guys wincing, breathing hard. They're getting just blown back, man. Keon White, I think that's the starting linebacker for the Patriots. He just destroyed on that play. He got hit so hard by one of the offensive linemen, he basically got blown back like 4 or 5 yards. All right, it'll be second and goal at about the in between the 1 and the 2, and it's a fake. He fakes the handoff, gets it to. Oh boy, he was trying to get it. Rogers was trying to get it to Conklin. The amount of times I've seen that play, and that's like one of those like Mercedes Lewis touchdowns. If Packer fans, if you know what I'm talking about, basically it's three receiver set, one running back, and they fake the handoff, and then you just see Mercedes Lewis, slow old ass, just kind of walk basically across the field. Nobody sees him, and Rogers just throws it up to him. That's what they were trying to do with Conklin there, but it did not happen. So third and goal. I think they're going to hand it off this time. Give it to Brees Hall, who spins his way all the way to the end zone there. Oh no, they're saying he was down. He was down. Well, look, he landed on a body first, and then he got hit, spun, landed on a body. It looked like, and then spun again, and no, that's a touchdown. No, that's a touchdown. His knee didn't hit the ground all until that ball was way across. I mean, it was almost it's almost past the whole white line. But touchdowns only need to break the plane of the end zone, and that for sure did. So that should be a touchdown for the Jets. They are going to go up by two touchdowns. It should be 13-3, and pending the extra points. And they're going to force. Did Robert Saleh throw the challenge flag? Oh no, he did. I forgot. They didn't call it a scoring play, so he had to throw the challenge flag. Robert's like, "You serious, man? You're gonna force me to throw this." So after this review, it should be 13-0, pending the extra point. Yeah, once again, man, both lines for the Patriots, they're just getting blown out. The offensive line can't pass block. They can barely run block at this point as well. And the Jets offensive line, there's been a couple plays, obviously, especially in the run game, where they just seem to be unable to be on the same page, where they just have a free run or two to the running back. But for the most part, their pass blocking has been phenomenal this game. They've given Rodgers time, and when they haven't, they've been able to give him the opportunity to basically scramble out. I think they've only given him one sack in this game, and that was early on in the first drive. But yeah, let me know what you think so far of this game. Do you believe that the Patriots are going to be able to kind of get it going here in later in this quarter, or even in the second half after some adjustments? You know, some of those always great halftime adjustments that always happen and always work out no matter what. Or do you think they're just, they're the Patriots? They still haven't figured it out. They haven't found their identity yet without Bill Belichick, and it's going to take them, you know, a, a little bit more time. But yeah, as of right now, this Jets team, defensively and offensively, they seem to be playing complementary football. The offense is not only scoring points, but they're also doing it on long, sustained drives, giving that Jets defense plenty of time to rest. And then the Jets, basically, it's been a lot of three and outs, a lot of like fairly short drives for the Patriots. I don't know if the Patriots have even gotten into Jets territory outside of maybe one drive. Oh, Robert Saleh was trying to go for a hug, and Rodgers was like, "No, no, 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 no." He's like, Who do you think you are, Matt LaFleur? You're not gonna be able to hug me." I don't know, man. As a Packer fan, all I'm gonna say is I'm glad we have Jordan Love. I'm happy that we had Rodgers for as long as we did, but oh man, am I happy we do not have to deal with any of his off the field or even sideline BS anymore, man. Um, Great quarterback will go down as one of the greatest to ever play the game. Um, Part of me hopes he wins the Super Bowl, but I also hope that he doesn't do it until at least the Packers win one more. Once the Packers win a Super Bowl, he can do whatever he wants. He can win. We'll let him win one, but yeah. Until then, I really do hope that he has a good season. He stays healthy. He was a great one, arguably the greatest quarterback the Green Bay Packers ever had, and that's saying a lot. You know, Packers had Bart Starr, they had Brett Favre. The who I like to call the Mississippi Bandit here at this point. And obviously you had a legend like Matt Flynn. You know, Don Majkowski, the Magic Man, and now Malik Willis, man, a legend, a Green Bay legend already. 1 week in, he's already a legend. But yeah, so far the extra point is good. So it is the Jets 14, the Patriots nada. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Ooh, dude, you should have let it fall. So the kickoff was not gonna make it to the end zone. It was gonna be about 10 yards short, but it was also very, very, very close to the sidelines. And if the Patriots player didn't just try to run up and grab it, which he did, he was able to hold on to it. But if he would have let it go out of bounds, they would have gotten the ball at the 40-yard line. I'm pretty sure that's still the rule. I don't know why he felt like he had to run up. And, I don't know. And didn't really get a good glance at it, but it was within 4 yards of the sidelines there. So 1st and 10 at the 24, gets the handoff to Stevenson, and he's only gains about a 3-4 yard gain. Almost broke it out. One last man to beat. If he didn't get to it, he was gonna get at least the first down for sure. So 8:08 on the clock. Clock is rolling. 2nd and 7. Get another handoff to Stevenson, who breaks a tackle, gets a first down to the 40, 45, and will go to the 47-yard line. Nice job. But there is a flag, and it was a fairly late flag, so hopefully this is not on the offense, because this game is about to get really boring if the Patriots can't score here. Oh, no. It is going to be on the Patriots. It's going to be on Stevenson for offensive face mask. He was trying to stiff arm the linebacker for the Jets, but can't tell if his fingers accidentally got caught or if he just closed his fist. Either way, it's going to wipe out a massive, massive gain by Stevenson. It would have been at the 47, so that would have been basically almost a 20-yard run that gets wiped out. And right now, Stevenson is on the sidelines getting checked. Looks like his finger. Yeah, I think his finger just got caught in the face mask. So that looks like, yeah, they're taking off his glove and they're checking his hand. Hopefully he's all right. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 25. Jacobian shotgun gets the ball out very quickly to number 11. And but there is a flag on the field there. Might have been pass interference. No, it's not. It's going to be unnecessary roughness on the Jets. Sherwood, the linebacker. And eh, I mean, I get it, but he definitely, I don't know. Now that I see the angle, yeah. So basically, they're gonna get him for basically hitting Thornton's head, and Thornton definitely got a concussion on that one because his kind of looked like Tua, where his whole body just kind of went rigid for a bit there. So there'll be a first down, first at the 40, toss to number 3 there. That's Douglas, and he will get about 9 yards on the play. Great job. And it's going to be about a yard short of midfield for the Patriots. Second and 2. And Gibson is in the backfield. That is Antonio Gibson. I believe he's a former Atlanta Falcon. And they send a corner on a blitz. Jacoby able to stay on his feet, get the ball off. And wow, what? And Jacoby did such a great job of just staying on his feet, was able to get the ball out to Gibson, who himself breaks the tackle. And don't think he was about to get the first down, but they they blew the whistle when it looked like Jacoby was going to go down for a sack, but he stayed on his feet, and they basically it was an early whistle, unnecessary. Yeah, it was number 36, uh, Clark, and he wasn't really able to bring down Jacoby until Jacoby got rid of the ball. But by that point, they had called it a sack, so it is 3rd and 9. That stinks. So to be at the 41, shotgun. Jacoby just throws it deep for no one in particular outside of Thornton. And oh my goodness, it's going to be defensive pass interference. I mean, was that ball even really? I don't know. Maybe it happened early on, but I don't think that ball is really going to be catchable. That was like 7 to 8 yards overthrown. Hmm. I mean, I've seen worse pass interference not be called. Significantly worse. I think the refs are. Oh no, never mind, never mind. Now I see it. Yeah, Reed was definitely just. He was holding him. He basically grabbed one of his arms and just. Looked like he was trying to put his. Looks like he was trying to put Thornton's hand in his pocket at this point. It'll be 1st and 10. Ooh, heavy blitz, and they're gonna get to Brissett. My God, dude. The Jets are just bringing the pressure, and the Patriots have zero answers at this point. It seems like every time the Jets want to send a blitz, they have like 2 or 3 guys just open, just free guys just going to the quarterback, and then it's going to be Will McDonald with the sack. I think that's going to be his second of the day. I think he has 2.5, but I think that's going to be the second time he's gotten to the quarterback today. So it'll be 2nd and 19. The Jets have 3 sacks in this game. And it's going to be a screen to the running back, Antonio Gibson, who is going to be lucky to be able to get to the line of scrimmage there. It'll be 3rd and 19. And this drive was, I mean, for the most part, it's been mostly penalties for the Patriots. But, oh, man, it was that big run by Stevenson before he got hurt, wiped away by a penalty. And then also Gibson was able to get that pass before Jacoby was officially taken down, or was before he was actually taken down, but unfortunately it was blown dead before the ball got out of his hand. It'll be 3rd and 18, single set. Sorry, empty set, and Gibson almost breaks a tackle. If he would have been able to stay on his feet, he might have gotten close to the first down marker. And CJ Mosley has been is inactive again, man. This guy's career as a Jet. I remember his first season with the Jets. I'm pretty sure he ended the season on IR after like the first couple games. And I think his second year as well. He was either his second or his third year. He's missed a lot of time since he's been a Jet. A lot of time. It'll be a 44-yard field goal for the Patriots, who get it right down the middle, and the Jets are on the board with 3:56 left in this first half. It is the New York Jets 14, the New England Patriots 3. Yeah, man, the Patriots just need to one get out of their way. Some of their biggest plays have been because of penalties. And on top of that, they just need to they need to just do a better job of kind of controlling this blitz. They need to do something. They need to be able to maybe do a couple. They need to bring some more guys inside because they're just getting blown off the line at this point. Unfortunately, I'm not really able to see exactly when it's happening because I'm trying to make sure I'm paying attention to everything else. But it just seems like the Jets are just overloading one side of the offensive line, but then at the same time, there's always another guy from the from the left. You know, if there's two guys coming from the right side, there's always one guy that leaks out on the left. So the Patriots just need to, and it always seems like the pass rush is usually coming in from where Brissett is basically trying to roll out to. So it's usually once he sees the pass rush, he has like zero option. He has almost no time to be able to even just throw the ball away because the pass rush is just so right there, right in his face so quickly. So yeah, they're definitely gonna have to do something with this offensive line. They're gonna need to really bring in that running back and just have them block, be able to make sure that they can breathe, maybe shift the protection over. They're gonna have to adjust because they're not gonna be able to just they're not gonna be able to do anything if they can't block this Jets pass rush. Especially the way, I mean, who knows what the Jets are gonna do on these last these last couple minutes in this half. But this game can quickly get away from the Patriots here. Showing some Jet fans here. Outside of a few strange looking people, a lot of these people look like Wisconsinites. Kickoff. It's in the end zone, but the Jets are going to be taking it out of the end zone, and it will only get to about the 24. Not a great decision there. Cost them about 6 yards. Yeah, I'm not really liking this new rule here on the kickoff. I think the NFL made a mistake by not moving the ball back. I mean, like especially kickers nowadays, they'll from the 30, they're just gonna be able to kick it straight out of the end zone. Should have moved the ball back to the 25 like it was, I think what like 12, 14 years ago at this point. All right. Jets are going to start out at the 24. Hand it to Breland Allen, who immediately gets met at the backfield, but breaks a tackle and is able to salvage something out of that play because that was about to be a 4 or 5 yard loss. Instead, it's a 1 yard gain. Yeah, once again, the tight end on a linebacker completely just gets destroyed. Swims right past him. Uche just destroys it. And I think it was the rookie tight end number 89. But Allen was able to withstand the hit, sheds him off, and gained about a yard. Hand off to Braylon Allen, who gets all the way down to the 30. So a gain of about 5 on the play. So far, Lazard 3 of 48, touchdown. Hall 8 of 25 and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers is 12 of 14 on the day so far. It'll be 3rd and 4. 3 receivers to the right. Empty set, and it's going to be a penalty on the Jets there. That's going to be on the right tackle, Moses. It's going to be a false start. So it'll now be a 3rd and 9. 3 receivers to the right, a single one to the left. Running back Brees Hall shifting over in the backfield to the right. Rodgers finds a man wide open in the middle of the field, and that is going to be his tight end, Conklin, number 83, after a huge gain, first down, takes a hit, but holds on to the ball. Snap was a little high too, and Rodgers just dumped it in just over the tight end and but it right in between the safety and the tight ends. Great job. And I believe that is the 2-minute warning. Yeah, man. Rodgers is he's in this bag right now. He seems very, very dialed in. And it's always how it's been with Rodgers, especially in his last couple seasons in Green Bay, especially the last, I would say, 6 or 7. Just those short weeks, he just seems to turn it on. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's more of like, oh, since he didn't practice, he feels a little bit fresher, he feels more competitive. But he always on a short week, he always seems to perform at a high level. You saw that the best example is I think it was about 3 years ago. It was not his last season, but his second to last season in Green Bay. It was Arizona. He didn't have Devontae. He didn't have Alan Lazard. Who else did he not have in that game? Like he was down. We were down to our basically our 4th wide receiver, and on a short week in Arizona on Thursday night, just had a game, had a cool, crazy game. That's the Rasul Douglas end zone pick. If anybody's wondering exactly what I'm talking about, yeah. Was it Kyler Murray? Yeah, he threw him basically that pick. He's trying to get it to AJ Brown. AJ Green. And they were trying to get it to him, and Rasul just turned around, picked it off. Game over. But yeah, Rodgers. He's also that was also the game where that meme of Rodgers on the side with his helmet right to basically his nose after taking a shot after throwing the ball away. I think his eyes were like cross-eyed, and he was looking a little funky there, looking like he was taking some ayahuasca on the field. They're showing some Fitz magic there. Yeah, but right now, as this game is going, man, it's just been all Jets for the most part. Patriots have not really done much on offense, and their defense has outside of that first drive when they got a sack, they have not been able to do anything. Hand off to Brees Hall, and he breaks a tackle, gets away from a defender, and will be close to a first down, about maybe a yard or two short. Ball did pop out of his hand, but it did go out of bounds. So, see, was that a legit fumble? Yes, it was. Yeah, that was number 31 Jones for the Patriots. Jonathan Jones was able to punch that ball out, but unfortunately, it went out of bounds. It'll be second and one, and it looks like the Jets. Somebody called a timeout, I believe. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what they're looking at here. I mean, the ball does pop out and it goes a little forward. So, are the Jets? Are they saying that the Jets should have a first down? But I mean, we're talking about a yard here. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the Patriots can do, especially on offense. I mean, they're once again their receivers are very young, inexperienced. None of them is particularly dominant at really anything that I can remember. There's nothing of note for their wide receivers. Hopefully, I'm wrong. But and then I think their best offensive weapon is Ramondre Stevens, and right now I don't even think he was on that last drive because of his finger. Hopefully, he comes back into the game because otherwise, I think this Patriots offense could be potentially even worse than what they've played so far. I know Antonio Gibson has some NFL experience. I'm pretty sure he played for um, the Falcons. I might be thinking of somebody else, but if he is who I think he is, then he has some NFL experience. He has some burst for sure. Yeah, because right now I mean, Jacoby's getting no help, no help from the offensive line. Not much of a running game to help him, and the Patriots wide receivers just can't seem to get open against this Jets defense. So okay, so they are saying that since he fumbled, they're moving the ball back 1 yard. Once again, I don't know. To me, I don't think it was worth what it was like 4 minutes of time out here. I don't think it was worth that much. Just let the play go. Let's go. Shouldn't have taken that long to review. But anyway, so it'll be a second and two with 144 left in this half. And since it was under 2 minutes, it was definitely not a challenge from the Patriots here. And the clock is rolling now, so it's going to be under 140 here. Bunch set to the right. Lazard's sliding in between the tight end and the tackle. And they hand it off to Brees Hall, who gets a first down, gain of about 3. And number 89, the rookie that got blown up, the tight end for the Jets, who got blown up on that lost play, I think it was a couple drives ago. His name is Jeremy Rucketer. It'll be first and 10 at the Patriots 43. Gets the handoff to Brees Hall, breaks a tackle, turns up field, and will get the ball to about the 35. Gain of about 8. And Brees Hall, Jets are very lucky to have these guys that are this talented, man. Because that play was could have easily gone for about a 2 yard loss, but Brees was able to sidestep a defender and turn upfield. Alrighty. It'll be 2nd and 2. 46 seconds left in this half. Jets use the timeout. They have two more left. Ball is at just shy of the 35. Braylon Allen in the backfield in the shotgun with Rodgers. Rodgers throwing it deep, way deep, and had Wilson wide open, and just too much juice on that one. There's a flag. Oh, there's an illegal motion by the Jets here. Oh yeah, and Christian Gonzalez just fell on the play, and that's why Wilson was just wide open, and Rodgers just missed him. Just put too much, didn't put enough air, and just threw it way too hard, man. I think it was a laser coming out, and Rodgers is yelling at the rookie. Rodgers is yelling at everybody right now. And you guys do not know what's going on here. And shotgun throws it to Braylon Allen, who gains only about 3 yards on the play. Clock is rolling. It's going to be under 30 minutes. And the Jets are going to use their second timeout here. Rodgers does not look happy, man. Like I said, man, Rodgers just does not like having young guys, and I get it. They're when especially in situations like this when you're trying to you have to get to the ball, you have to get to the line as quickly as possible. The young guys tend to take a little bit more time. They're not always the most confident exactly what you're trying to say. They're trying to no, they're trying to make sure they're in the right position, but at the same time they're trying to listen to you. And I guarantee you, Rodgers is not just it's not just saying one sentence and hey, here's the play. Rodgers is always looking at the defense. If he sees something different, he's going to stop what he was saying. There's going to be like, oh, here's the play. But then if the defense does something differently, he's going to switch up that play real quick. It'll be 3rd and 5 at the 38. Three receivers to the left. And he gets a ball to number 18. That is Mike Williams. Big first down. Nice little slant route there. And the Jets will use their final timeout. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Patriots sent a blitz, and Jets were able to pick it up pretty well there. Yeah, some of the Jets players are looking for a flag on that one. That was kind of similar to what the Jets got called for a couple drives ago with when they hit Thornton. It wasn't as bad by any means. I don't even think the Patriots player made contact with his helmet. But but Mike Williams was coming up and saying, "Hey, where's my flag? Where's my flag?" All right, there is about 24 seconds left. Ball is at the 27. 1st and 10. Rodgers in shotgun. Brees Hall in the backfield with him. Gets the ball out real quick. Luckily, Brees Hall did not actually catch the ball because it was going to be a minimal gain, if anything. So far this drive, 9 plays, 49 yards, 3 minutes and 35 seconds. It'll be second and 10. 21 seconds left on the clock here. I would not be surprised if, especially if Rodgers is given time, I would not be surprised if he goes well into the end zone with this one. He loves to take a shot. And there he goes, takes a shot, and it's way. Yeah, he just threw that ball away. Rodgers is complaining to the refs. He probably thought he was going to get a flag on that one, but like I said, man, especially on second and 10. I mean, I know Rodgers is not the only guy that does it, but he loves to take a shot down the field. So it'll be third and 10. I think Rodgers thought it was fourth down because he was taking off his chin strap. But it'll be third and 10, 14 seconds left in the half. I don't expect Rodgers to throw this short. It's either going to go in the end zone, sidelines, and if it's not there, he's going to just throw it away immediately. Obviously, you don't want to throw it short because if you can't, you won't have enough time to spike it because you have zero timeouts. So there's going to be a couple routes to the sideline, a couple more routes to the end zone. I mean, the ball is relatively close enough. I don't think you need to get it too much closer. I'm trying to remember who the Jets have as a kicker. Is it still Myers? I can't remember if Myers left or is he, I don't know. But it's either way. I'm pretty sure at this point, I think it's a relatively short field goal. It's going to be within 50 yards for sure. All right, we got a three receiver set to the left. Rodgers in shotgun with Brees Hall next to him on the right. And a quick pass out to Wilson, who cannot get to the sideline for the ball. And it'll be a fourth and 10 there. Looks like Rodgers and Wilson were not on the same page there. And it is Greg Zerline. That's the kicker. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Josh Myers might have been like almost 10 years ago. So it'll be Greg Zerline out to kick. This is a 45-yard field goal. 11 seconds left on the clock here. Snap, hold, kick is no good. That looked like it came. That looked like might have gotten blocked because there was like almost no power to that kick. That thing was going wide left immediately. What the heck happened here? No, it wasn't blocked. It was just must have been a shank job. Either that or it was a terrible hold. I don't know. Based off of Zerline's reaction, I think it was just a shit kick. All right. Well, that'll be 7 seconds left. Patriots get the ball in probably the best field position to start out a drive at the 35. Quick pass gets it to number 3. That is Douglas there. And 1 second left on the clock. Yeah, right now the Jets, they have been just crazy blitz, safety blitz, linebackers. Just a lot of pressure with their interior linemen too. I mean, and granted, when you have Quentin Williams, he's gonna attract a lot of attention, a lot of it. All right. 3 seconds left on the clock. They moved it back here. It'll be at the 47. I mean, this is gonna be a Hail Mary territory here. I don't even know how Jacoby's arm. Oh, it's gonna get to the end zone there. And nearly intercepted. Some Jets players are f- talking smack to each other because I think each of them could have gotten that ball for a pick. Could have helped out in con- contract time there. That was number 22 who had the best shot at it. That was Adams. So unfortunately, it falls incomplete there. So we're going to go into halftime with the score: the New York Jets at home 14, the New England Patriots 3. Alrighty. Let me know what you think of this game so far. Let me know in the chat. It hasn't been overly exciting. Unfortunately, the Patriots just really have not been able to move the ball. Really. Hopefully, they make some protection adjustments here. Like that's really it seems like that's all they really need. Because like early on in the game, they were when Jacoby has time, he's been able to get the ball, or at least he's had guys open. But yeah, they need to get their running game going. I don't know what happened to Stevenson. I would have to. I'm gonna have to look up if he's healthy. But I don't know. Hopefully, this becomes a more interesting game in the second half. Kind of how that Monday night game between Arizona and Philly was. Arizona, Atlanta and Philly was. Hopefully, it becomes a little bit more interesting because right now it's. I mean, it just seems like the Jets are just gonna eventually pull away from this game, and it's gonna be a pretty boring fourth quarter at the very least. But I don't know, especially on that last drive, it just seemed like the Jets players were just not on the same page. Rodgers was just ripping into about 3 or 4 guys, especially kinda late in that game, late in that drive, and on the last throw to Wilson, Wilson was just kinda looking at Rodgers and shaking his head. I don't know. I can never tell if it's, "Oh, that's on me. I can't believe that happened," or if it's like, "Dude, what are you doing? Why are you throwing it so low? Like, you know, match me, match me." I don't know if he was giving Rodgers some grief. But yeah, Rodgers was definitely flustered on that last drive, and I don't think it had anything to do with the Patriots. I think it had everything to do with his own guys. And yeah, I don't know. And that's the one thing with Rodgers too. Like that was a big thing that he always had that a little bit, even during his like earlier years, but especially over the last like 5, 6 years, it would be consistent at least, if not every game, almost every other game where you would just see him have like one or two drives where he's just like beside himself. He is like mad either at his offensive lineman, running back, wide receiver, like somebody's just messing up and he just can't hold it anymore. Can't wait till they get to the sideline. Can't have a conversation. He has to yell at you then. And as a player, dude, I don't know. Like you're a professional. Most of these guys probably don't. They're not too sensitive. They're gonna let it go. But man, I was like, dude, I was like, hey, man, relax. Like, talk to me. Tell me what you need for me to do, and that's it. Like, I'm already facing a 300-pound defensive lineman that's in front of me. I don't need you freaking yelling at me from the back. I don't know. But for the most part, most players seem to have a positive opinion of Rodgers. Obviously, there's a handful, if not more than a handful, of guys that definitely don't like him, or at least have no issue criticizing Rodgers. Um, at least a couple times throughout the season, like former players and things like that. But I mean, Rodgers had a good half. I mean, that last drive was not great, but for the most part, he looked like his normal self. He looked like he was his MVP level So yeah, so Jacoby 7 of 10, only 36 yards. And I feel like a good majority of that probably came in the first two drives. All right, let's look at a few stats here. But let me know in the comments below. Whoa, Jesus. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think the Patriots need to do here to kind of get back into this game? Obviously, outside of scoring, but is there anything they need to do? What do you think? Do they need to establish more of the run, or do they need to get that pass rush blocking um, showing up? And because I think at this point, depending on what's if Stevenson is healthy enough, I think they're going to have to air this ball out, at least show that they can pass. Because right now they're not really showing much. Yeah, Rodgers 15 of 20, 170 yards and a touchdown to start the second half there. Wilson only 2 catches and 15 yards on that first half, man. Like clearly, him and Rodgers have not been on the same page. Outside of that, I think it was that first. What was it? The first drive, maybe the second drive. That's what it was because he has not really connected with Wilson a whole lot. That last throw, you could definitely tell that there's a little bit of frustration between both of them because I believe it was the previous throw that was like way deep, and to be honest with you, Rodgers should have should have had more air on that ball because the way he threw it, man, it was. I mean, that was not going to get to where it needed to be. And Wilson, you can tell Wilson was stumbling because Christian Gonzalez like basically was falling, and I mean Gonzalez kind of like was trying to trip him up, like hey, I'd rather take a penalty than have this guy just run free. So he was stumbling a little bit, and I don't know if Rogers misunderstood or didn't know that was happening, but he threw that ball way too fast and not enough air. Because if he throws a little bit of air into that, Wilson almost got it. He was about, I mean, the way he outstretched his arm, he was probably about maybe less than a yard. So I would say if he threw a little bit more air under it, Wilson gets it first down. But I'm trying to remember here, was there? I know there was a penalty on that play. I just can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, it was a illegal shift. So I mean, the play wouldn't have counted, but you can tell that there was a little bit of frustration between both of them because they should have been able to connect on that ball. It's one thing if you connect and there's a penalty, but it's another thing to have the penalty and then not be able to connect on the play because that means that you guys are not on the same page. And those two need to be. I mean, Lazard is he's good. He's a very solid wide receiver. He's proven that. This is his sixth or seventh season in the NFL. The guy has proven that he belongs in the NFL. Undrafted guy, and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time trusts him probably more than outside of Randall Cobb, Devontae, Jordy, James, and Jones, and I'm trying to think of another guy right now, but I mean, he's on the short list of guys that Rodgers will just doesn't really even need to look. He'll throw it to Lazard and he'll trust that he is going to be there. But at the same time, Lazard has always been limited in what he can do. His potential has always been limited. He's not going to be an elite receiver. He's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. But Garrett Wilson has the chance, and he has the skill and the potential to be a potential All Pro. He's not, he's not Randy Moss. He's not this guy, but he can be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and he's proven that over the last couple of years with the quarterbacks that he's had throwing to him. But he needs to if him and if him and Rodgers can connect or have a connection that Rodgers has with Lazard, this offense can go to a different level, completely different level. And I think that's what Rodgers wants, but he's not patient enough to make it happen right now. I think Rodgers is expecting this to be very quick, and he was a lot more patient with Devontae. Granted, Devontae was drafted at this point 10 years ago, so Rodgers was by no means, he was already an established player. I think here at that point he had won his was about to win his second MVP, but I don't remember Rodgers ever just chastising Devontae when he wasn't being able to get lined up correctly or anything like that. He was never just so vocally critical of his wideouts during that time. And I think, granted, maybe who knows, maybe he was like that during the practice field, so it doesn't matter. But you gotta change up your game a little bit, your approach, because these guys are, it's a whole different generation. It's a whole, I mean, between the age gap between Devontae and Wilson is like what 8 years. You're talking about a whole different generation, a whole way of communicating with somebody else. You gotta really, you gotta meet him halfway at the very least. So And first play, and it'll be for a loss. Looks like Stevens is back on the field here. No, so yeah, it looks like Ramondre Stevenson is back on the field, but unfortunately, his first snap back in a while is about a yard loss. Second and 11, under center, throws the ball and gets it to number one there. It's going to be a nice gain. It'll be a third and short here. That was number one, Polk. Polk. Third and four, shotgun. Stevenson. Ooh, bad throw. Trying to get it to Douglas, but that pocket was collapsing, and Brissett took a shot, it looked like, because he was on the ground for a couple seconds. He did not pop back up. Well, he was wincing a little bit here. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, number 54 and number 95. Was that Quentin Williams again? Yeah, they combined on a hit on they combined for the hit on Brissett. I don't know. That hit was a little high. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag there. But fortunately, it'll be fourth down. They give it to Xavier Gibson, who breaks the tackle and is down in just past the 30 to about the 33. So a quick 3 and out for the Patriots there. I mean, you saw basically the same on all three of those plays. You saw all three issues that they had in the first half pop up. First play, try to run it, lost yardage. Second play, try to get the ball out. Receiver couldn't separate. And then on the third one, the offensive line just completely just collapsed. Jacoby took a shot and once again could not complete a pass. Aaron Rodgers, the oldest player in the league right now. Rodgers 15 of 20, 170 And a touchdown, no interceptions here. And gives the ball to Hall, who cannot get away from the tackle. Will only gain about a yard and a half. Aaron Rodgers right now, most passing touchdowns in NFL history. He's at 479. He needs 30 to pass Brett Favre, another 30 to tie Peyton Manning. He's got a ways to go. So 30 here. I mean, it's possible. What, 15 games here? Well, after this, it'll be 14 games. But it's possible. He has an outside chance to pass Brett Favre this season. Ooh, pressure. Rodgers rolling out, running. The old man can do it. And he gets taken down after the first down. Took a tackle, man. All right. It was a Keon White. And Rodgers was well in bounds, so it was not an illegal tackle. And he wasn't roughing him up. They dapped each other up after the tackle here. But hey, man, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for Jets fans. Not only did he scramble and get the first down, he took a decent tackle out of bounds, and he popped right back up. All right, hand off to Brees Hall, who will get about 3 yards on the play. It is 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line. 11:30 on the clock. Pass it, give it to Braylon Allen, who will muscle his way to a yard short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Yeah, dude, Braylon Allen, he just looks very, very solid. He looks fast. He looks strong. That was a good pickup by the Jets, man. Great draft pick. And he's young too, man. 20 years old. Played 3 seasons in college and is still barely, not even 21 years old yet. Poor guy's not going to be able to celebrate this win legally, at least. Rodgers rolling, throws it to Ruchter, the rookie tight end, and he gets the first down. And it was good coverage as well. It was not wide open, man. He had to work for that one. Yeah, Ruchter started on the left, kind of moved across the line before the snap, and Rodgers kind of vintage Rodgers throwing the ball on the run while the defender was on him and delivered the ball right between the numbers, man. Great job. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Braylon and Hall in the backfield and shotgun. And that's going to be a flag for delay of game. Rodgers yelling at somebody here. And instead of the flag, they say the Jets were able to get a timeout. So Jets are down to 2 timeouts already in this half. First and 10 at the 41. Jets with a three tight end set. They hand it off to Braylon Allen, who will get about 3.5 yards. Fakes the handoff. Has to get it out of his hands real quick because that pocket was collapsing. They get it to the rookie Braylon Allen for a relatively small gain, but it'll be third and short. Gain of about 4. Also, I do apologize for the loud keyboard here. Unfortunately, the mic is basically on a wooden table here, so it's gonna reverberate a little bit here. Third and short, 3 yards. Rodgers rolling out of the pocket, finds an open man down the field, and it's going to be his tight end, Conklin, for a nice big first down. And so far, man, Rodgers has been able to escape the pocket. That pocket was kind of started to collapse pretty quickly, but kind of like how he's done when he was in Green Bay, just able to evade the pass rush and then buy some time for his man and threw it on the run, man. This is about as vintage a Rodgers as we've seen. I mean, ever since with the Jets for sure, but I would say since the beginning of his last season with Green Bay. And Rodgers is going to have to burn another timeout. And to be fair, Rodgers is, I mean, he can tell he's not happy, but he's not yelling at anybody anymore. So already on this drive, on the first drive of the second half, the Jets have had to burn 2 timeouts. They are left with 1 more for the rest of the game. And remember, this game is not over. I mean, they're driving and they might score a touchdown here, potentially put it away, but this is a 11-point game. It's only 14-3. You know, if there's a fumble or a batted ball that gets picked off, and the Patriots can put a drive together, man, this game could be on. I doubt that, but it could be on. Alrighty. We are back. It is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Empty set, Rodgers in shotgun. Three receivers to the left. Patriots have five on the line. Send only four. Get the ball out quickly to Hall, who was able to evade a tackler for a couple more yards, and he is down to the 10 after a 6-yard gain. So far, this Jets offense, man, they've just been able to do whatever they want. Patriots don't have an answer for it. And 2nd and 4 at the 10. Fakes the handoff, gets the ball to Wilson, immediately breaks a tackle, and he is inside the 5 down to the 2. It'll be a first down, and Wilson is a little frustrated. He was trying to get away from that second defender. I mean, he was able to beat Christian Gonzalez, but it was was it 22? Number 25. That was Jones was able to bring him down just shy of the end zone, and yeah, it'll be a 1st and goal at the 2 though. Two receivers split out wide to the right. Rodgers fakes it and squeezes, and I mean barely squeezes, almost risks a pick six, but he's able to get the ball to Wilson for a touchdown there. This drive, 11 plays, 66 yards, and took 7:10 off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Clearly a conscious effort to feed a receiver that is very frustrated, and Gonzalez has had a tough game, man. Christian Gonzalez has just been getting beat by Garrett Wilson like a drum, man. And the extra point is good. And with 6:18 left in the 3rd quarter, it is the Patriots 3, the New England sorry, the New York Jets 21. Rodgers 2 touchdowns in this game so far. And that is back-to-back weeks with 2 touchdowns. All right. Rodgers, 21 of 26, 212, two touchdowns, 16 yards rushing, and a pair of first downs, I believe, as well. Garrett Wilson, 4 for 25, and his first touchdown on that last drive. Yeah, that last hit on Jacoby, man, that was high. That should have been a flag. Kickoff goes into the end zone, and that'll be it. And for a second there, I thought they were going to throw in Drake May because they were showing him, but not yet. Not yet. I mean, at this point, the way this offensive line has been blocking, I would not put Drake May in this game at all. And Jacoby gets the ball out quickly, takes a shot, but he finds his man downfield. That is going to be number 3 there. Is that Douglas? Yes, it is. That's Demario Douglas. And Jesus, Jacoby took a shot as he threw. Holy cow. But perfect ball placement right in front, allowing him to continue to run. And I mean, he didn't stay on his feet, but they are at the Jets 48 there. Holy cow. And tight end screen and breaks the tackle, gets away from another man. Holy cow, there's a drive. Let's go. He is inside the 30 down to the 29. That is Austin Hooper. Holy cow. Literally caught like a 3-yard pass, about a yard short of the line of scrimmage, and then just basically just went across the field and turned up field and just ran away from a lot of guys there. Had some great blocking in front of him as well. Yep, that's going to be a 19-yard gain. First down at the 29. Jacoby empty set, gets the ball out quickly to Douglas, who will get inside the 25 down to the 23. There we go. There we go. Heck yeah, man. All right, let's go, man. Let's get this game going, man. I want this game to be close. I want this to be a good game. All right, another empty set, 5 receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Douglas in the slot to the right, gets the ball out quickly, and he tried to get it to number 11, Thornton, down the sidelines, trying to get it in the end zone, but unfortunately, good coverage on the play. Coverage was by Sauce Gardner. It'll be 3rd and 4 down to the 23. Ramondre Stevenson in the backfield here. High snap. Jacoby has time. Cannot find his man. That was to Douglas. And that's going to be incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. It was a little bit of a late flag. I think that's going to be on the Jets. Refs probably giving. I mean, I haven't seen the replay here, but the refs are like, all right, we're starting to lose some viewers here. We gotta throw some flags here. It's gonna be. Oh, never mind. It's gonna be holding on the Patriots, and there's gonna be pass. Oh no, it's gonna be 2 offsetting penalties. So they're just gonna redo the down here. So it was holding on the Patriots, and then there was pass interference on the Jets. The holding call was on the Jets. The Patriots. Oh, that was not a holding call. I think Quentin Williams just fell. But anyway, it'll be 3rd and 4 again. fakes the handoff in the shotgun. Jacoby in motion, and it's going to be a flag for holding. He has a man deep, and it's going to be Austin Hooper who gets it inside the 5, but there's going to be a holding penalty on the Patriots. I saw that even before the ball got out. That was on number 70, Wallace, the rookie right tackle here. Sorry, left tackle. Jeez. That was what is going on here, man? That was not a hold. McKinley McKinley just fell. He just lost his balance. He was leading basically he was leaning so much forward that he just fell down. That was not a hold. Anyway, third and 14. That wipes away a big play that got them inside the 5. Jacoby with a little bit of time. Unfortunately, he runs quickly out of time, gets taken down by Quinnen Williams, and Brissett is very slow to get up, man. No, he is trying to get up. He's staying on his knee. All right, he's finally up. But man, dude, Jacoby, man, he is taking hits in this game, man. And of course, add insult to injury, it was a holding penalty anyway. That was on Wallace again, the rookie. So, fortunately for Wallace, it's back to back. Okay, now that was a holding. Now that was a holding call for sure. Ooh. Yeah, Jacoby landed right on his non-throwing arm. It's unfortunate, man. This drive was looking good. Drive was looking good. Jesus. Sorry, they were just showing this the Patriots punter, and this guy is literally he has his whole almost his entire hand in his mouth, and he's just going back and forth. This dude is just licking everything. Holy cow! Sorry, but it was just like lingering on him. Like they were lingering on him for like a full 20 seconds. He just kept on licking this one for a while, licking this one for a while, and they just kept on going back and forth. It's creeping me out. Felt like I shouldn't be watching that. Right? This is supposed to be family friendly, guys. Jesus, what is going on here, man? We got one guy licking his fingers like he's trying to suck them dry, and then the next thing I see is Jason Kelsey with just a robe on, just eating soup. Man, this got very sexual very quickly. My goodness. Good thing I'm not showing the game, man. I'm pretty sure I would have been demonetized and banned for those right there. Jesus. Don't worry, we are commercial break. We are not missing a thing right now. First and 10 for the Jets at about the 12-yard line. Hand off to the rookie Braylon Allen, who is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage here. 3:30 left in the third quarter. And they're giving Allen 1 yard there, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Rogers in the shotgun gets it to the rookie who has a blocker and nearly breaks a tackle and will get about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Jets. Third and 2, shotgun. Rogers scrambling, trying to direct traffic, hits his man. That's going to be to Conklin down just inside the 40 for a big first down. But there's a flag on the field. We'll see what this is. And that's going to be a flag on the Patriots for hitting the quarterback. So it's going to be roughing the passer. Damn. Rogers definitely took a shot right there. Sprung right back up, though. And I mean immediately right up. All right. The old man still got a little spring in his step. God, dude, this is going to. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I want Rogers to have a good season. I want him to succeed. But my God, I can only imagine how annoying he's going to be on the Pat McAfee show. Pat McAfee's gonna be like, "All right." It's gonna be a long, a lot of compliments for Rogers. It's gonna be probably at least 4 or 5 minutes of Pat just loving on Rogers, and I'm not gonna be graphic about it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So, and Rogers is probably gonna be on the Pat McAfee show for at least an hour because he's gonna want to talk about all of this. He's gonna, yeah. So I mean, good for the Jets, but man, I'm not looking forward to that long ass conversation he's gonna have with Pat. All right, under 2 minutes, receiver Rogers under center, fakes the handoff, gets it to Conklin again, who breaks a tackle and is close to the first down here. Man, dude, the Patriots are looking awful right now, man, and they're marking Conklin a yard short of the first down. and gives the ball to number 32. That is Davis. And Davis is able to shift his way through the line and gets a first down for the Jets. Clock is rolling. It's under 1 minute left in the third quarter. I mean, at this point, if the Jets score here, I don't think we're potentially going to see Rodgers for the rest of the night. Trying to think who's the backup here. Tyrod Taylor. So we might see Tyrod again. We saw him in week one after the Jets were getting spanked by the 49ers. Then we're going to see him again this time when the Jets are doing the spanking. Throws the ball quickly to Wilson, who is not ready for it. Back shoulder throw will fall incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. And the penalty was on the Jets for unnecessary roughness. So it'll be second and 25. And snap, and Rodgers is down. Taking a big old sack on second down. And looks like the right tackle, Moses, is down, and he is in a lot of pain. Oh, man, that boy, ooh, he is. It does not look good for Moses, man. He is basically writhing on the ground right now. What happened? Oh, Rogers and the defender Uche landed right on his leg. Mm. Ah, dude, I mean, the amount of times you've seen guys like, especially like big guys like that, man. Oh man, dude, that's not good. Hopefully he's all right, man. Hopefully he can at least walk himself without too much support to the sidelines there. Jesus. And right now we are just in the timeout here, injury timeout. And good news is Moses is limping off the field under his own power. He is not getting any help. He's doing it himself, so that's a good sign. And the man replacing him is going to be the rookie out of Penn State, Olu Fashanu. Hopefully, I did not butcher that name too badly. Fashanu is number 74 there. Looks like he'll be taking the right tackle position. All right, I mean, it's going to depend on what the Jets do here. I think, but either way, I think if they can score a touchdown or a field goal, I think this game is effectively over. I don't see, I don't see the Patriots having a Kirk Cousins type of comeback here. So I believe the Jets will move on to 2-1, and the Patriots will drop to 1-2. Do you see anything with this Jets team? Do you believe that this Jet team has enough on defense and offense to really win the division here? Not only that, but potentially even make a deep playoff run. Let me know in the comments below because there is definitely some things that I like what they're doing. I like their running backs especially. I think their running backs, if they can stay healthy, I mean we've seen what Bryce Hall has done over the last couple of years when he's healthy. And last year, obviously he was coming back from injury, and he had some definitely explosive plays. This season so far, he's looked very good. And then the addition of Braylon Allen, I think tonight established for the most part that last week was not an aberration. It wasn't just a flash in the pan. I think this kid has the potential to be a very good running back in this league and especially in this system that they're playing. And we've already talked about Lazard and Wilson. Obviously, they're going to be Rodgers' top two targets, at least in terms of wide receiver. Conklin looks like he's been having a pretty good game here. And Jets are going to pass. And it'll be a short gain on third and very, very, very long. And Gibson only gets maybe 5 yards on the play. So the Jets are going to be punting this ball away to the Patriots. Punt is away, and it'll be caught and returned to about the 15. I think forward progress is going to have him at the 15 here. Oh, there's a flag, though. And just based off Robert Sala's reaction. It looks like it's going to be on the Jets. So the Patriots are going to be able to get some free yards here. Yeah, there's going to be a penalty on number 19 for unnecessary roughness. That's going to be a 15-yard gain. See what happened here. Talking some smack, and what a freaking idiot. He basically slaps him in the helmet right in front of the ref. Number 19, that was Charles for the Jets there. I don't know what position he plays. If I had to guess, corner? Yeah, this might be his first game active because I do not have him on my sheet here. So, but keeps on making dumb decisions like that. He probably will not be on the active roster for long. So, because of that penalty, the Patriots will start with the ball at their own 31. And they hand the ball off to Stevenson, who weaves his way through down to the 36. Looks like and he fumbled the ball. Oh no, man. And Clark for the Jets recovers the ball, number 36. Oh, see here. Yeah, he just ripped that ball away. Didn't even punch it out. He just ripped it away from Stevenson. Heck of a play, man. Heck of a play by number 36. That is Chuck Clark, number 36 there. Chuck Clark. Rodgers is back in the game with the ball at the 38. They hand it off to the third string running back. I don't have him in my notes either because this is the first time he's apparently carrying the ball this year. Let me see here. Number 32, that is Davis. I'm going to have to look up his. Hmm. All right. So far, the time of possession, man, Jesus. The Jets are just dominating the time of possession here. All right, that was a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 2, down inside the 35. Rodgers under center. Another handoff to Davis, and unfortunately, Davis is tripped up. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. That tackle was by number 93, Jennings. I don't really know how to pronounce his first name, but it's Anthony Jennings. Anthony. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Jets. Rodgers in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Passing it immediately off to number 18. That is Mike Williams with a back shoulder throw, and that is going to be a huge first down. Rodgers just kind of just threw it up there. Mike looked back perfectly in time, and then just boom, perfect back shoulder throw against number 31, Jones. Yeah, that's just Rodgers just putting it in position for his guy to go up and make a play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jets. Ball is at the 16-yard line. Rodgers in shotgun, running, buying some time. He's going to scramble, and he gets about 2 to 3 yards, depending on what they do. Depending on what they give him, actually. And the clock is running. It's going to be 11:05 on the clock. 2nd and 8. And they hand it off to Braylon Allen, who rumbles to just about inside the 10 there. And the update on Moses is his left knee, and he is questionable to return. I doubt he will return for this game, even if he could. And there is a Patriots defender on the ground there. See, this is what I was fearing with this game. I was fearing that one of these teams, and it was most likely going to be the Jets, obviously because they got Rodgers, but it was just going to be kind of a blowout. And it's not like the Jets are like putting up touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. I mean, three touchdowns at this point. So it's been kind of slow, methodical, kind of boring. There's been some great plays, but man, I was hoping this Thursday night game would be a lot better than last week. And I mean, unfortunately, back-to-back weeks where one team dominates and another team can barely get it going. And it's going to be a jump ball for Mike Williams, who cannot bring it down. Similar play that basically got them to where they were with Mike. Rodgers just immediately threw it up, and this one was a little bit more inside. So Mike Williams definitely had to jump over Jones, but he wasn't able to haul it in. Jones doing a better job with his hands, really fighting for that ball, and yeah, could not bring it in. It'll be fourth down, and the Jets are going to be kicking the field goal here. Rodgers definitely disappointed, wanted that third touchdown of the night. You know, he scored one in week one, scored two in week two. It's week three, baby. You got to score three touchdowns. But they're going to have to settle for a field goal here with 10:16 left in this game. It is the New York Jets 24, the New England Patriots only 3 points. And we will be heading to a commercial timeout here. So obviously a big story heading into not just this game but this season was Hassan Riddick still not signing, still not practicing with the team. And at first it looked like week one they were like he put them in a hard spot. They obviously did not have a great pass rush in week one. They looked awful. Everybody looked awful. The offense could not get anything going. The defense could not stop Brock Purdy, and that running back, I forgot his name already, but dude, he was just killing them, just gashing them. And everybody was like, "See, this is what this is what the Chiefs did last season in Week 1. They chose not to pay Jones. He sat out, and they got no, they got basically outmuscled by the Lions." And immediately after that game, the Chiefs were like, "Okay, Jones, come back. We're gonna give you whatever you want. We'll give you the contract." Boom. And I guarantee you, Hassan Reddick was banking on the same thing. He was banking that if he was not there and the Jets got their butt whooped, they would come back to him and pay him. And they got their butt whooped. He didn't play that game, but the Jets held firm. And now it looks like they're going to have to back touch wins here, and they're going to start out the season 2-1 without him. And I mean, at this point, I think he has to be back by week, I want to say 7 or 8 potentially. It's somewhere in the mid-season. Otherwise, he basically forfeits the entire rest of his contract. I think I might be wrong, but I think that's what it's going to be. So But unfortunately for Hassan Reddick, if the Jets keep on winning, they're not going to pay him. He's just going to keep on losing more and more money as the weeks go. And the way that the Jets defense played today, they don't they did not look like they needed Hassan Reddick today at all. But what did they give up for him? I can't remember. It's either a third or a fourth round pick. I can't exactly remember. But either way, if he just sits out the rest of the year, all they gave up was a day two, maybe a early day three pick, which is still not great, obviously. But I guess it's better than getting a soon to be 30-year-old a 15 to potentially even $20 million contract a year. Sorry, 15 to $20 million a year contract. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. At this point, Hassan is not making a huge case for himself, and I think the Jets are okay with him just sitting out until he feels he needs to come back. First and 10 at the ball at the 30. Empty set, gets the ball out to Douglas, who gains about 9 yards on the play. Fakes a pass, gets the ball to number 4, who goes right up the middle and gets a nice gain for a first down. All right, quick motion. That is number 4, Antonio Gibson, who this time they are able to bottle him up. He was able to get away from the defender, but was taken down after only a 2-yard gain. Clock is rolling. 9:10 left in the game. Empty set. Jacoby could not get the ball out to his tight end in the screen. Hunter Henry drops that ball. It'll be 3rd and 8. And at this point, you're down 21 points, 9 minutes left. You're not going to win. Do you go for it on 4th down, or do you just punt it and hopefully you can get better field position next time? But they're pretty close to midfield here. They're about what 3-4 yards away. 3rd and 8. Ball at the 47. Pressure, and Brissett is taken down by at least 3 Jets players right there. Jesus. Yeah, Jacoby, man, this game is reminding me of like the Monday. What was it, Monday night? No, Sunday night game between the. Yeah, Jacoby just got twisted down. Hopefully he's all right. He was able to walk up and he was jogging to the field, but man, there's like 3 guys that just converged on him. But yeah, it reminds me of that Bears game, man, where um oh, nice tackle by the gunner there. Now he was down. What are you doing? Now number 41 Schooler for the Patriots was able to bring him. It looked to me like he brought him down, but apparently they did not blow the whistle dead. Hmm. But yeah, the way that Brissett is just taking shot after shot, he seems like he can't really even get into a rhythm. It just reminds me of the way Caleb Williams was just getting destroyed by the Texans this week. It's not as brutal because I think Jacoby he's being smart with the ball. He's not putting it in danger. He's not just chucking it up for anybody to grab. But he's still taking some massive hits here, man. And that's why I was like, don't put Drake May in here. I mean, you're not going to win, and obviously you could use the experience, but not the way that the Jets are playing. Man, they are just destroying this offensive line. All you're going to be doing is putting in a young quarterback, just basically feeding him to the wolves if you put him in now. So as much as it sucks for Jacoby, he's just going to have to stay in this game and do what he can. But what about you guys? Are you surprised how dominant this Jets team looks, not only on defense, but as well as on the offensive side of the ball? I was not expecting. I was not expecting the Patriots to struggle this much on offense. I didn't think they were going to put up, 24, 30 points, but I was expecting, a touchdown or two, maybe a couple field goals. But man, dude, I mean, they barely get into field goal range for the only points that they have. I think it was like a 45-yard field goal still. So I'm just a little surprised at how dominant this Jets defense looks. And don't get me wrong, they've been good for years at this point. That's always been their strongest um, side of the ball. And just the way that they looked the last 2 weeks was not, there was no indication that they were going to be as dominant as they've been. But again, the Patriots ball is out, and they get it to Wilson here. Rodgers is still in the game. Looks like the Jets still have their starters out. Sorry, in. And yeah, man, Wilson has just taking advantage of Christian Gonzalez, man. He is having a rough game. But yeah, like I said, I was not expecting this dominant of a win for the Jets. It'll be 2nd and 2, ball at the 17-yard line. Handoff to Brees Hall, who gains maybe about a half a yard, if that. Clock is under 7 minutes left. It'll be 3rd and 1. They are being very generous with these spots because he did not gain a yard. I'm sorry, but he did not gain a yard. And they hand it off to Brees, who avoids one tackle and is able to slip his way to the first down marker. That'll be a nice first down gain for the Jets. Ooh. 1st and 10 from the 20. Rodgers under center, one back in the backfield, and it looks like they have a 2 tight end set. Hand it off to Brees, who gets about 3 yards on the play. And I mean, at the Jets at this point, they're probably not going to throw it. Granted, knowing Rodgers, if he sees a matchup that he likes, he's going to have zero hesitation to throw that ball out there. Rodgers loves his stats, man. And I can't tell if May is warming up to come in or if it's going to be Percent, but I'm Surprised they're gonna put May in. Another handoff, this time to Braylon Allen, who gains about 2 yards or so. It's gonna be of the just shy of the 30. Sorry, it's gonna be just shy of the 25, I believe. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 24. 4:40 left on the clock. The clock is rolling. Two receivers to the right. Braylon Allen to the left down the sidelines. The pass goes to Garrett Wilson, who is not on the same page as Rodgers. Rodgers thought he was going to settle in. He was going to settle down, and Wilson was just trying to run up the field here. Pass was nearly intercepted, actually. Ooh. Yeah, these two are going to be terrifying if they can never get on the same page. Him and Wilson, man. Wilson, he just beat his man. If Rodgers, I once again I have to see the all 22. I wasn't sure exactly where the safety was, if he was over the top or not. But I mean, from what it looked like, at least in the broadcast, if Rodgers puts it right on him, Wilson is gone. He might be gone. He might still be running. And the Patriots are gonna put in Drake May. Holy moly! Is this the first time he is getting on the field here in the regular season? And what about the Patriots? Where do you think they go from here? So it's 1-2. To me, Jacoby was not even the issue in this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, he missed a big throw to Hooper early in the game, but outside of that, he really has not had much time to really get into a rhythm. He's been getting hit left and right, man. Every single time he gets sacked, there's like literally like three guys that hit him at the same time. I'm trying to think here. His receivers are not really getting a whole lot of separation. Once again, it's tough because the broadcast is just so tight. Um, so it's tough to see if there's a whole lot of separation happening. But anytime I see the ball thrown and they're showing it, usually there isn't much. So I don't know. Do you eventually go to Drake May to see what you have, or do you give him more time at least until you know that this offensive line can protect him? Because otherwise, you're just sending this poor kid into the wolves' den here, like just to get destroyed. All right, so Drake May is on the field. He is in the huddle. So 424, May in the shotgun, and passes nearly intercepted. He was trying to get it to number 81, Austin Hooper. Sorry, no. 81, I think, is Hunter Henry. But there was two defenders right on. Ooh, that was number 30. I think that was that Carter. Yeah, Carter. Oh no, sorry. So it was Carter who almost picked it off, and Hooper was the option there. So he takes the handoff, and that is Antonio Gibson who gets a nice run there, about 6 yards on second down, making it a third and more manageable. Clock is rolling under 4 minutes. High snap. Drake May scrambling, trying to run, and takes a huge hit and only gains about a yard on the play. It'll be fourth down, a quick 3-and-out for the young rookie. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here. He took a big tackle right there. Holy cow. All right, fourth and 2. And they hand it off to Antonio Gibson, who breaks a tackle in the backfield, turns upfield, and will get a first down. Nice job. They are lucky that play was not just blown up in the backfield here. Shotgun gets the ball out to his running back at the screen, who is barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Like, I know you have to, quick tempo, get the ball out because you're trying to score here before the time, before the game's over. But like, this is the kid's first like true NFL experience. You gotta give him some time, man. Take your time. They hand it off to Gibson, who goes down for about 7-8 yards on the play. Once again, making it a third and short for this young rookie quarterback. Clock is rolling. It's under 2:20. We'll see if they snap the ball here before the 2-minute warning. From what it looks like, they're trying to get as much as they can. Yep. Snap the ball. Gets the ball. Nice job. He gets it to number 9. Bo- Boat? Bote? I mean, Rodgers had himself a game, man. This was about as close to vintage Rodgers that we've seen in at least 2 years. Because I remember his last season in Green Bay, basically after, I'm trying to remember that London game, was that week 5 or 6? Basically after that London game, he was dealing with a broken thumb for the majority of the season, if not the entire season. I don't know. And then obviously last year, 4 snaps and it was over. So it's been a long time since we've seen a healthy Aaron Rodgers, and this was the first time I think we can easily say that in the last 2 years. This is the best looking game. And Drake May, unfortunately, will get sacked on first down here. Patriots defense, 13 missed tackles, 100 yards lost, 14.8 missed tackle rate. Not a great stat here. Handoff to number 39. Cannot tell what his name is. His dreads are blocking his name. But it was number 39. So it'll be third and 13 after that minimal gain on second down. Wide receiver screen gets it to Douglas, who will get about as much as he possibly could on there. Gain of about maybe 6 or 7. Still, it's going to be a relatively long fourth down. And the clock is stopped here at 1 minute. I'm not seeing anybody's timeouts used, so I'm kind of curious here. Oh, sorry, he stepped out of bounds. Never mind. I swear I'm paying attention. So it'll be 4th and 8. Drake May needs to scramble. Move, 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 and he will get the first down and a little bit more. Good job by the rookie. Took his time, kept his eyes downfield, but once he knew, he just took off and ran, got the first down. Got about 10 yards on the play. 53 seconds left on the clock. Patriots do have all three timeouts. I'll be curious if they use them. I mean, at this point, the way that they're running this offense, I would be surprised if they didn't. Empty set, five receivers. Running back splits out wide. Tries to get the ball to Austin Hooper, who cannot get away from the linebacker there. Fall incomplete. We got Rogers, Allen Lazard, and Hackett all talking to each other on the sidelines. Like if it was like as if it was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Huge blitz sent by the Jets, and Drake May is taken down. Took a decent shot right there. The ball falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. Drop back, sending pressure, and the ball falls incomplete. Drake May rushed that throw a little too far inside for Douglas, number 3. It'll be 4th and 10 with 43 seconds left on the clock. The ball is at the 22. We have 4 receivers split out wide, a running back, and nice throw by Drake May over the middle, just past the linebacker. As the ball gets to Douglas for a huge first down, gains about 14 or 15 yards. And actually, more than that, actually, they were at the 22. Now they're at the 7-yard line. So about a 15-yard gain. And unfortunately, they're trying to rush without using their timeouts here. And Drake May will go down for a sack. So bad his helmet fell off. And it looks like they are not going to use their timeout. Clock is going, and gone. I mean, at this point, I understand you don't want to use your timeouts because it might be a little too much, but I was like, if you're going to be driving down, man, give the kid a chance. But anyway, this game is over. The Jets and the Patriots game will end with the New England Patriots 3, the New York Jets 24. Aaron Rodgers gets his first home win as a New York Jet. Aaron Rodgers hugging it out with his former quarterback coach, Alex Van Pelt. A, a dominant win by the Jets, man. It wasn't always pretty, especially the offensive line. Offensive line. The offense seemed to be not always on the same page. Mostly Wilson and Rodgers seemed to be not on the exact same page. But this defense, man, they were dominant, man. Pretty sure they sacked Drake May twice on this drive. And this was the only drive he played in, so yeah, great game by the Jets. Not a very good game at any point for the Patriots. Their defense, obviously 13 missed tackles, giving up an extra 100 yards on just simply on those missed tackles. Trying to think here. I think they got 2 sacks on Rodgers, one in the first drive, and then one in the last couple drives here in the fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure. No turnovers. I'm pretty sure. I know the Jets got a turnover. I think it was that fumble that they stripped away from uh, Stevenson. Trying to think any other major points here before we leave. But yeah, the offense just never could get anything going. They couldn't really run the ball at all. Stevenson, his best run was like an 18, 19 yard gain that was unfortunately brought back because he actually had an offensive face mask. His finger might have actually gotten stuck because he left the game for a bit and they were checking on his hand. So I'm not sure if um, that face mask was intentional, but regardless, it was called. That wiped away probably the biggest run for the Patriots in this game. Um, Jacoby was getting something going on his last drive before it just kind of fell apart. Couldn't get the running game going. Guys couldn't get open, and they were just giving up sacks. Um, yeah, it was just a bad game overall for the entire Patriots offense. I think Jacoby was their best player. I think he was trying to do as much as he could, but I mean, the guy has always been more of a backup than a starter in this league. He's a very good backup. He might be one, if not the best, he might be easily one of the top three best backups in this league. He can definitely start for you in spots, but he's not he's not your franchise quarterback. And I think that showed today. I think you definitely saw some flashes from Drake May in this game. Clearly he was driving them down the field. Granted, were the Jets possibly playing their most exotic looks? Probably not. But they were still able to get him a couple sacks. They were getting some pressures. They were definitely not just playing prevent and defense um, during that last drive there. So I think you got to give the kid credit. He took his hits. He made some plays with his legs. He made some nice throws. He still made some bad throws. No, his first throw was nearly picked off, but he hung in there. He was not afraid to stay in the pocket. Uh, he never really seemed like he was looking at the rush too much. So give him credit for that. So I think if I was the Patriots, I still would go with Brissett for a little bit more. I don't think Drake May is ready, but this last drive it gave you a little bit of a snapshot what it could be. And I think as long as the Patriots are, if they're able to scrounge up a couple wins here early on, I think Drake May, ideally, they would not want him to start until midway through the season. I think they really want to give him time to get his feet wet. And I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if they started throwing him in a little bit more in here throughout the weeks. But for the most part, think I think we still got a little bit more of Brissett to see throughout the season. So they got to do something with this offensive line, man. They were awful. Whether that was because of the Jets or just simply that this offensive line is that bad, it did not look good. Um, they have yet to come away with a real dominant drive. Even in last week when they kind of held Seattle for the most part in check, they were not dominating that game. It was very slow, methodical, barely getting the first downs, but still getting them. Um, I think at this point you're seeing the holes that the Patriots have, and I think people knew coming into the season this team was not a complete team. They're not like the Jets when they're just one quarterback away from competing. They gotta have more playmakers. Their wide receivers are limited in terms of their depth, but also their talent at this point. Relatively, I don't want to say young, but relatively inexperienced. Um, I think they have a good 2 tight end set. Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry. Those are 2 really good tight ends. Trying to think. Their D line is okay, but I think you clearly saw that if there was any pressure, it was usually this defensive line that was causing the most pressure. Their linebackers struggled immensely getting people down. I think the majority of those missed tackles were coming from the linebacker position. I think they're lacking depth in that as well as talent. Their secondary, I mean, it was not good. Christian Gonzalez, who was supposed to be one of the better young corners in the NFL, he looked bad against Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson was able to do basically whatever he wanted against Christian today. And the only reason Garrett Wilson did not have a bigger game is because him and Rodgers just could not get on the same page on some of their throws or on some of their plays. Um, and you can't rely on that every game. You can't rely that your guy is just gonna run the wrong route or just the quarterback is not gonna be on the same page. Eventually, you're gonna face a team that's gonna be in sync and they're gonna take advantage of that. And Gonzalez, I know he missed basically his entire rookie season, which is unfortunate. But I mean, top 10 pick, you gotta kind of step up a little bit here at this point. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on him, but I think the talent is there. But tonight was a rough one for Gonzalez. Otherwise, the secondary, I think it was basically nondescript. They were pretty. When Rogers had time, he was able to kind of pick them apart. I got to give him credit though. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure on Rogers, but when there wasn't, Rogers was holding on to it. Man, he was definitely forced to flee the pocket more than he probably wanted to at this point in the game. And and usually he had some time. He had like 3, 4 seconds, and then he would scramble. It's not like he was scrambling immediately after the game. So I think that's a credit to the secondary. I think they were doing what they could, but eventually, especially when you have this kind of a talented, you got Lazard, you got Conklin, you got Garrett Wilson, plus you got the running backs that you have to worry about. The running backs had a pretty decent game. When you have that much to worry about, you can only hold on for so long. And with a guy like Rodgers, who's going to buy so much extra time, eventually somebody's going to be open. So I think this Patriots secondary was probably the one of the better aspects of it, but their tackling was rough. I think their coverage was good, but their tackling was rough. The linebackers were god awful in coverage and tackling. Um, the Patriots defensive line, I think, was probably the best aspect of this defense. They were able to get to Rodgers a couple times. They were able to get some pressure, but unfortunately, they were lacking discipline in letting Rodgers just being able to roll out almost every single time. Anytime Rodgers really had pressure, he was typically able to kind of just glide away, just able to just kind of take a step and then by 3, 4, 5 seconds. And yeah, so but they did okay in the running game. At times, they were definitely dropping these guys, especially Brees Hall was getting dropped for a couple losses here and there, and obviously 2 sacks on Rodgers. But yeah, for the most part, obviously 24-3, dominant victory for the Jets. They head into Week 4 with a 2-1 victory, 2 consecutive wins after that loss to the 49ers, and the Patriots. They're gonna have to kind of go back and reassess this offensive line because this was a bad game for them. So, all right, I think that is it for this Thursday night breakdown. Let me know what you thought. Did you What was your favorite part of this game? I know there wasn't a whole lot to cheer for, and there wasn't a whole lot of back and forth. But let me know what you thought. Do you think Rodgers is back? Do you think this is going to be the Rodgers that we're going to see for the rest of the season? And if it is, I mean, he's going to be up there for the MVP conversation. And imagine that 5 MVPs, a New York Jet MVP quarterback. When was the last time that happened? Joe Namath, maybe? I don't even know. But yeah, Rodgers looked good. Jets offense looked okay for the most part. Once again, those two backs. Yeah, what do you think? Who do you think they're? Do you think there's going to be a two running back system? Should they lean on one more than the other? Let me know in the comment below, and let me know what you think about the Patriots. What do they need to do to kind of get back on track? Should they start Drake May? Should they start him? Should they bench percent and say, "Hey, thank you for 3 weeks"? But now it's the kid's time to try to see what he can do. So, once again, thank you so much. My name is Dave. Please leave a like, subscribe, make sure the bell is on for notifications. Leave a comment. Yeah, get some engagement going on here. This channel is starting up, but we're gonna keep on doing this. We're gonna roll out as many live streams as we possibly can. Doesn't matter if there's one person here, none people. I'm gonna be here, and hopefully you guys like what this is. Let me know if you do, and I appreciate you guys. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you so much. See you.